JoLynn Braley Show, episode number 273, How to Eat Whatever You Want and Still Lose Weight. What? Hello, welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. This is JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the Inner Self Diet. What the heck is the Inner Self Diet? Well, it's the diet that is not a diet. I do not teach my coaching clients or instruct my coaching clients to eat a certain kind of food or to do a certain kind of exercise. The thing is that my awesome, amazing coaching clients that I coach personally, step by step, through my proven steps of the Inner Self Diet, they already know what they need to do to lose weight in a healthy way. The problem is they're not doing it. So what the Inner Self Diet is all about is removing 92.8% of the problem. And when 92.8% of the problem is removed, then my clients are able to move forward, do what they already know how to do to release the fat and keep it off, and then it's just not any big deal. What is 92.8% of the problem? Well, in the large picture view, it's your mindset. Okay? Now, what your specific problems are, the root of those need to be healed, and I have no idea who you are listening to my podcast here. So, that's why I work personally with my awesome coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet to help them unravel and heal and release their personal inner self blocks that are stopping them from dropping the fat and keeping it off. So then, once they do the Inner Self Diet, they are able to stop binge eating, stop emotional eating, stop struggling, stop stressing, stop obsessing, stressing, obsessing, and just struggling. All of that stuff is done once my clients get all the tools and the steps and the training and the coaching and the accountability and all the good stuff that I walk them through in the Inner Self Diet. It's pretty darn amazing. It is pretty darn awesome. And that's the work that I've been doing since 2009. It works every time. But of course, it only works if you actually do it, which means that just listening to me talk about it will never give you the results. You have to actually do the steps. And hey, if this is your first time tuning in to one of my podcasts, you want to just learn just a little bit more, take a tiny, itty bitty, tiny little baby step, head on over and grab my free ebook. You can get that at www.easyfunweightloss.com. easyfunweightloss.com. I have a free ebook there. In it, you'll learn 3 simple steps to start making weight loss easier and more fun from the inside out. And you can get that at www.easyfunweightloss.com. All right, so now here on today's episode of the JoLynn Braley Show, this is episode number 273. This is about how to eat whatever you want and still lose weight. Now, did you hear me in the very beginning? I announced the title and then I said, what? Like, what? What are you talking about? How is it possible to eat whatever you want and still lose weight? Right? You probably don't believe that, right? But isn't it funny that that's what millions of people are searching for right now? They don't want to change how they eat and exercise, and they still think that they're going to lose weight. And unfortunately, it ain't gonna happen. You have to change the physical side of things, and even though the physical side of things is only 7.2% of the equation, it does still need to be changed. All right? you're not going to be able to continue to emotionally eat, binge eat, use food as a crutch, use food to avoid your problems. You're not going to be able to continue on that path and get to your goal weight and stay there. And you'll definitely not be able to get to your goal weight and stay there by keeping all of those unhealthy behaviors and continuing to struggle and keep a fat mindset. What is a fat mindset? A mindset that is fat, it has the foundation of FAT. You might want to write this down, pen on paper. FAT, fear attracting thoughts. What are fear attracting thoughts? Well, I don't know what they are for you personally. For all I know, you could be an iguana listening to this podcast. I have no idea who you are. And so, keep in mind this podcast is not coaching. Coaching requires two-way communication. It requires commitment. It requires accountability. It requires action. And that's what I do with my coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. And then they magically get the results of struggle-free weight loss in 8 weeks or less. Although it isn't magic because they do the steps to get those results. There is no magic when it comes to ending your food and weight struggles. You have to do stuff. You have to do new things. And the most important new things that you need to learn and do are the inner self action steps to change your mindset, to change your thoughts, your beliefs, your negative stinking thinking, your resentments, your worries, your fears. Going back to FAT, fear attracting thoughts. Okay, common fears that people have as part of their fat mindset: fears of missing out, fears of change, fears of taking full personal responsibility for themselves because they'd rather keep blaming other people when that's never going to get you struggle-free permanent success with your weight. Blaming other people, it ain't gonna work. All right, so there's several things that go into changing the real problem, and it's not hard to do once you're working with the right coach who already has a proven system all put together. And again, that's what I do with my clients in the Inner Self Diet. But getting back to this topic here, how to eat whatever you want and still lose weight, because I really haven't answered how you do that yet, have I? Kind of took a little segue there. Okay, so here's how to eat whatever you want and still lose weight. Are you ready? Write this down, pen on paper. I highly recommend that whenever you take notes on my podcast, that you always use pen on paper. That is because, I'll tell you why, because there is a connection that occurs between the head, the hand, and the heart. When you write pen on paper, you cannot get that connection by typing on a keyboard. You don't get any connection if all you do is you listen to me talk. So if you just listen to me talk, you're not going to get, much out of this. And that's just how it is for humans. I agree with Tony Robbins, who says that you'll never learn by just listening. You gotta do something, right? Now, taking notes here on my podcast, that's not coaching. It's not action steps, because you still need to have two-way communication and you got to have commitment. There's a lot of things that go into coaching so that you can end your food and weight struggles, break free of the binge eating, break free of the emotional eating, break free of the drama, the trauma, the fear, the stress, the worry, all that stuff. But taking a baby step, taking notes is a great way to get as much as you can out of this totally free weight loss podcast. All right, so what is the answer? How do you eat whatever you want and still lose weight? Here's the answer. You can write this down. You have to change what you want to eat. Ooh, interesting, huh? And I know it sounds very simple for me to say those words, and guess what? It really is possible. But it's not just going to happen just by saying it. Okay, so what am I talking about here? All right, so when what you want to eat is healthy whole food, and when you want to eat only when you're physically hungry, and what you want more is your fantastic life, your fantastic fun, the places that you're traveling to, the business that you're building, or the career that you're building, or the family that you are uh, living, interacting with, raising. All right? When what you want more are your friendships, your connections, your loved ones. When what you want more is your life instead of just food, right? Instead of food being your fun and food being your life and food being your lover and food being your best friend and food being your crutch and food being your coping mechanism that you go to when anybody just glances at you and you don't even have a communication, but they just glance at you and then your world falls apart, right? Because of your anxiety, your worries, your fears. Maybe somebody at work glances at you and you immediately go into a meltdown inside thinking that now you're going to lose your job, right? So it's all this mental mind muckmire. It's all mindset. And when you have a mindset that is grounded in fear attracting thoughts, FAT, not only will your body match, your body has to be fat, it has to have excess fat on it, your behaviors will match that mindset of worry, fear, anxiety, stress, resentment, blame, jealousy, depression, whatever you're carrying around inside of you, all these thoughts you're thinking, the emotions that you're feeling and that you feel on a consistent basis. That makes up your inner world. Okay, your behaviors will match up with your inner world, with your inner self, and your behaviors are what give you the output of either a fit, fantastic, awesome, strong, sexy body, or your behaviors give you the output of an overweight, unhealthy, unattractive, schlumpy body. Now, you can have either one of those outcomes, but if you want to have the outcome of the fit, fantastic, awesome, sexy, strong body, and you want to keep it, and you want to get that body without a fight, without sabotaging yourself, without struggling with yourself, then you have to change what is 92.8% of the problem. That's your inner world. That's your mindset. And that doesn't happen overnight, but when you're working with the right coach and you've got the step-by-step proven system to do it, it'll all come together. And then you will get to a point, and it doesn't even take very long. When I work with my coaching clients, it's 8 weeks or less. And you get to the point where it's no big deal for you to do the healthy action steps that allow the fat to drop off of your body and stay off. And also, when you get the right mindset, when you've healed your inner self, when you've addressed what is 92.8% of the problem right now, then you also drop the impatience, because impatience and wanting and expecting and hoping and praying that you're just going to suddenly magically wake up 20 pounds lighter the next day, that's gone, because that's just a sign of a fat mindset. There's no more impatience when you've healed the root of the real problem. And then you're able to allow 1 to 2 pounds of fat to drop off your body per week, and you just keep going, and you're enjoying the process, you're enjoying how you're eating, you're enjoying your exercise, and whatever it is you're doing, you're loving yourself and loving your life. Doesn't mean things are perfect, but when you do have problems, you don't go to food to stuff yourself to try to avoid your problems and try to make your problems go away. So when you've gotten the right mindset, when you've healed your inner self, when you have addressed what is 92.8% of what's stopping you right now, then what happens is, okay, then the title of today's podcast, How to Eat Whatever You Want and Still Lose Weight. What happens is what you want to eat changes. And so then you are eating whatever you want and you are losing weight, but the whatever you want is the food that allows your body to release the fat, and it's struggle free. Do you get it? Is this making sense? Are you getting this? So how to eat whatever you want and still lose weight? It's all about changing what you want. Because when what you want to eat is the food that is high octane, whole foods, and they're unprocessed, so you got to cook, follow some recipes, which is no big deal when you've got the right mindset. The only reason it feels impossible to you is because of your inner self that you currently have, the inner world that you are living in. And that's the stuff that needs to change so that then you will want to eat the food, the fuel that will give you the body that you crave, and you will lose weight. Do you get it? Do you see how that works? All right. So now the people, everybody out there, the millions and millions and millions and millions of people who they would read or hear this statement, how to eat whatever you want and still lose weight, because they don't have a weight loss mindset, because they have not healed their inner self, because they have all the fear attracting thoughts, they've got a fat mindset, that statement to them, they would think, oh, that means that I get to eat ice cream and pizza for every meal and stuff myself and I'll still lose weight. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because your body is not going to release fat eating like that. And common sense tells you that, but there is such delusion and denial in a fat mindset that there are millions who actually are hoping that there's some kind of a magical pill that will allow them to continue to live an unhealthy lifestyle and somehow get this body that they want, and it's not going to happen. However, that's why weight loss pills are so popular and why they sell so well, because they are sold under the promise that you don't have to make any changes to your lifestyle and all you have to do is pop a pill and that all of your problems will be solved. Unfortunately, things don't work like that. It's not gonna happen. You're not going to get this fabulous, fit, awesome body just through taking a pill. You know what I mean, Jean? Maybe you have proven this to yourself before, or you know other people who have proven it to themselves, and you know what I'm saying. It's time for a commercial break here on the JoLynn Braley Show. This week's sponsor of the JoLynn Braley Show is my free ebook. You can get that now at www.easyfunweightloss.com. In my free ebook, you're going to learn my 3 simple steps to start making weight loss easier from the inside out. These are not typical food or exercise tips. Instead, they have to do with your inner world. And when you grab my free ebook, you can start with that immediately. Once again, you can get that now at www.easyfunweightloss.com. All right. On each episode of the JoLynn Braley Show, I give you some questions to ask yourself. I highly recommend that you write each question down pen on paper and then write your answer to each question pen on paper. Again, this is because there is a connection that occurs between the head, the hand, and the heart when you write pen on paper, and then you can get the most out of this podcast possible. Just pause the podcast when you need more time. All right, first question to write down and then answer for yourself. Of course, you're asking yourself these questions. First question, does it make sense to me that if I wanted to eat healthy whole foods that would fuel my body at the high octane level, does it make sense to me if I wanted those kinds of foods that, yeah, it would be easy for me to lose weight? Does it make sense to me that if I wanted the healthy whole foods, if that was what I actually wanted to eat, then yeah, it'd be easy for me to lose weight then? Does that make sense? Number 2 question, does it make sense to me that if I only wanted to eat when I was physically hungry and then I wanted to stop eating when I was physically full, does it make sense to me that, yeah, it'd be easy for me to lose weight? Does this make sense to me that if I only wanted to eat when I was physically hungry and I stopped eating when I was physically full, which means that I wouldn't be binge eating, I wouldn't be emotional eating, I wouldn't be using food as a crutch or food as a way to avoid my life or avoid my problems or to hide or to try to stuff or to try to feel better or as a coping mechanism. Food would be food, food would be fueling my body, right? So does it make sense to me that if I could live like that, then yeah, it'd be easy for me to lose weight? Number 3 question. What would my life feel like? What would my life not just feel like, what would my life look like? What would it feel like? What would it be like if I could really live this? Not dream about it, not hope, not wish, not talk about it, not worry about it, not analyze about it, but actually be living it. What would my life look like, be like, and feel like if I were actually living this experience where food would be food? I'd be more focused on my life and my fun life, my productive life, my high value life, my high self-esteem life, my high self-confidence life, my life filled with self-love and self-caring and self-worth and productivity and helping other people feel good, helping other people to rise up just by my presence. Okay, you're asking yourself all these things. You can't change other people. You can only change yourself. So if you were to change yourself and you were actually living this life, not just talking about it or praying or wishing it could be true, but really doing it, what would your life look like, feel like, and be like if that was really you? Write it all down. Number 4 question. Of course, you're pausing this podcast when you need more time. Number 4 question. If I just keep going as I am right now, what's going to be different a year from now? If I just keep listening to podcasts, if I just keep hoping, if I just keep putting it off until next Monday, if I just keep waiting until New Year's Day, if I just keep holding myself in limbo, right? It's always tomorrow. It's always tomorrow. That's typical of addiction, by the way. So this is a number 4 question. If I just keep going as I am now, what exactly is going to be different a year from now? How is this going to change? Number 5 question. Does it make sense to me that if I am serious about dropping the fat and keeping it off, if I'm serious about releasing the struggle, if I'm serious about ending my binge eating, ending my emotional eating, ending this drama, right? So that I can be normal with food, if I'm serious about getting to my goal weight and staying there, does it make sense to me that I'm going to have to do this from the inside out? Because if a food diet could have fixed this, I wouldn't be listening to this podcast right now. How many food diets are out there? Not all of them are healthy, but I'm talking about the healthy ones. How many are there? How many have you done? What's the problem? So again, this question, number 5, does it make sense to me that if I'm really serious about losing weight and keeping it off, that I'm going to have to go about this from the inside out, right? I'm going to have to heal the root of the real problem. And maybe I don't know what the root of the real problem is for me right now, but I'm going to have to do it. All right, again, you're asking yourself these questions. Last question, number 6, who is my rock star coach who's helping me fix this stuff, move through it, identify it, and get it done as fast as possible? Who is my rock star coach in my corner? The one who believes in me, the one that I've made a commitment to myself to work with. Professional permanent weight loss coach. That means that that's not your friend, it's not your husband, it's not your boss, it's not your mom or your dad. A professional permanent weight loss coach. Who is my professional permanent weight loss coach? Who's helping me bust through my roadblocks that are blind to me, the things I can't even see, so that I can eat whatever I want and still lose weight, but whatever I want will change. That wanting part will change. So who's helping me do this? Because if you don't have a coach helping you do this, how the heck are you going to do it? I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you could piece something together somehow. Might take you 10 years or so. And that's just because everybody has blind spots and nobody can see their own blind spots. And all of the high achievers know that the fastest path to success is to get coaching with the right coach who has a step-by-step proven system that's already put together. It's already worked for everybody that's come before you, and then all you have to do is plug into it and just follow the steps. So that's why all high achievers take the fastest path. They don't try to struggle and figure things out on their own because they know it's going to add an extra 10, 20 or more years of struggle onto their path. So, they're high achievers. They don't want to keep fighting in the trenches when they don't have to. It's much easier just to get help. So the smart ones get help. There's been stigmas, and I think it's not as bad as it used to be because I think a lot of it helped because of Oprah. Oprah helped raise the stigma or release the stigma of asking for help. So it's not as bad as it used to be, but there's still a lot of people that they think that it's bad to ask for help. It's actually the smart people ask for help. The smart people know that they don't know everything, and the smart people know that they deserve to move forward and that they can't see everything that's stopping them, and so they reach out and they get the help so that they can get what they want, right? All right, so I hope those questions help you, and I hope you wrote them down. If you didn't, why not? Hey, what are you going to get if you just keep listening, but you don't actually take action for yourself? And I realize that this action that I've offered you is very, very, very minimal. It's just using a pen and paper. But if you aren't willing to do just that for yourself, then what else are you not willing to do for yourself? Because in the end, it is going to take action to change not just your mindset, but your body. You're going to have to take action to get the body you want, to change your eating habits, to get a weight loss mindset, to heal your inner self, to make weight loss struggle free. It's not going to happen by magic. But if you want to be like the masses who are looking for a magic pill, there's lots of magic pills out there for sale. And unfortunately, they just end up adding a longer period of struggle onto your journey because they don't heal the root of the problem. Are you getting this? Is it making sense? Okay? There is no magic pill. You could tell yourself there's a magic pill. That's part of the delusion. It's part of the denial. It's part of the FAT mindset. You can tell yourself that tomorrow you'll change, but how many times have you done that? Bottom line, your results never lie. Results never, ever lie. Oh, this reminds me of what Dr. Now says on My 600-Pound Life. I love it. He said, the scale never lies. People do. People lie. People lie all the time. And how many times have you lied to yourself? The scale doesn't lie. And that's exactly what I'm saying when I say that your results never lie. All right? The proof is in the pudding. The results that you're living don't lie. So if you are 70 pounds overweight and you're deluding yourself and you're in denial and you keep telling yourself tomorrow you're going to change, well, how long have you been doing that? Does it make sense that maybe possibly you got to go to the root of the real problem, heal that, and you can release the 70 pounds or the 50 pounds or the 20 pounds or the 8 pounds, whatever it is. I have no idea who you are. I'm just here in my home office studio recording this podcast for you. And I so appreciate you being here and listening to the JoLynn Braley Show. Make sure that you are subscribed to the JoLynn Braley Show. There are many outlets you can find the show on for free: iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn. There's a whole bunch of places. Even on your iPhone, that little podcast app icon, you could search the JoLynn Braley Show in there and get the episodes of the show. Hey, please rate and review the show on iTunes. It's totally free to do. Just go to iTunes, search the JoLynn Braley Show, give us a 5-star rating. I believe this is a 5-star show, but only give us a 5-star rating if you believe the same thing. And the reason I believe it's a 5-star show is because I'm talking about the real problem. And maybe a lot of people don't like to hear about the real problem because they want the magical solution. They want the little pill. But I'd be lying if I said that there was a little pill that you could take that would magically fix all of your stuff. That's not going to happen. You can find the magic in yourself, but you got to take action to do that too. That's what I do with my coaching clients in the Inner Self Diet. And by the way, if you would love to end your food and weight struggles, if you'd love to get to the root of your food and weight struggles, heal this stuff, get done with it, move beyond it, break free of it, be able to get to the place where it's not a big deal for you to live a healthy lifestyle. If you'd love to do that, your first step is to go to www.discovery-session.com, discovery-session.com, and you'll need to enter your name and email address on that page. And then on the next page, after you do that, on the next page, then there'll be an application, and you need to fill out an application for getting on a complimentary phone call with me. And the purpose of the phone call is to find out if or how I could personally help you end your food and weight struggles. If it would be a good fit for us to work together, which I have no idea right now unless I talk to you. If it would be a good fit, then I'll tell you more about the Inner Self Diet and how we could work together. If it would not be a good fit after I talk to you, then I won't tell you about the Inner Self Diet because it wouldn't be a good fit for us to work together. But we have no idea of any of that unless you go to www.discovery-session.com, enter your first name and email, click the button, then you'll be taken to the next page where the application is. Fill out the application, submit that. Somebody on my team will look it over, or maybe I'll look it over, but somebody on my team will email you if it's good for us to get in touch and set up a time to get on the phone. And the purpose, again, like I said, I'd want to find out what's going on with you, what's stopping you, what do you want, and would I really be able to help you personally? The people that I work with, they already know what they need to do to lose weight, but they're not doing it. They're really smart, successful professionally, and they're blocked. They're blocked. They're all caught up, right? So if you'd love to stop the struggle, break free so that you can finally just drop the fat and keep it off, go to www.discovery-session.com. Next week on the JoLynn Braley Show, the topic is going to be the truth about restrictive eating. That's going to be really good. I'm going to share the truth. We're going to myth busting about restrictive eating. I'm JoLynn Braley, permanent weight loss coach, founder of the JoLynn Braley Show, founder of the Inner Self Diet, the diet that is not a diet, the diet that actually heals the real problem. If you just want to learn just a tiny baby step, little bitty more, make sure you get my free ebook. You can get that at www.easyfunweightloss.com. I wish you your best life living inside of your ideal body.